So I saw Tristas at advanced screening. I was really excited for this movie, even though I will admit I don't love the original. Like I like the original Trista movie. It's an enjoyable movie. It's just not one of those movies that love like a lot of people do. Again, I do like it though. But I was really excited for this movie based on the trailers looking really great, and I was just really excited to see just a fun disaster movie because we don't really get. Even though I'm not like a big natural disaster movie person, I feel like we kind of like don't really get much of those movies anymore. And the trailer's just really fun. Plus, I'm a big fan of Glenn Powell. Like to me, he just has every time I've seen him in, he always has this great charisma about him, and he's just a great actor in my opinion. So I'm always excited when I see him in a new project. And the actress who played the lead female character in this, Daisy Daisy Jones. I remember she was in a horror movie called Fest, which I highly recommend go check that out. That I loved. So I loved her from that movie. I was excited to see her in another movie because she hasn't really done many movies. Like I looked up filmography and she hasn't done that many movies. But I was, like I said, I was really excited for this movie. Overall, I thought this was a great movie. I actually think this is better than the original. To me, I think Clem Powell, Daisy Jones have great chemistry. I love their characters. I did feel invested in their characters. Because one thing about the original movie, when it comes to Bill Paxton and the lead actress in that movie, when it comes to the two lead characters in the original movie, like they were fine. They were serviceable characters in those movies. Like I didn't dislike their characters or anything like that. But I also don't remember the characters all that much either when I watched the movie. And I feel like this movie had the better lead characters. I will say this: I do think the original movie has one thing over this one is that I do think the original movie has the better side characters. And what I mean by that is like I do think the side characters in this movie are forgettable. Like you have the actors gonna be playing Superman in the upcoming new Superman movie. And like the only time I saw him before this was Pearl, so I thought he was great in Pearl. And this, I think he's fine in this. He's like he just plays a character that's kind of like forgettable, and that's how I feel about like the side characters, the characters that are on Disney, Daisy Jones and Glenn Powell's characters teams. I feel like the side characters are a bit kind of forgettable. So and that's the one thing I'll give the Wisdom Trust is I do think they had the better side characters. But when it comes to the lead characters, I felt really invested in Daisy Jones and Glenn Powell's character. I just felt like they were great characters. I felt like connected to them. I felt invested in them, like I said. And that's the great thing is like we can always have like characters that you really fall off. And just they have great chemistry. Like you really bought them ending up together at the end of the movie. And overall, I just think this movie just has a very fun vibe to it. Like it has like to me the goofiness worked for me with this movie. Like this is to me one of the best national disaster movies because I just felt like the story was really good. They actually felt like they had some emotional weight with the story in this movie. And like I said, the two lead characters, I felt invested in them. And I think the guy from Transformers: Wise and Beasts, I thought he was good in this too. Like I feel like him and Glenn Powell and Daisy Jones pretty much were the characters I felt really invested in this movie. And yeah, I will say this: the story's predictable, but to me, I'm like, that's what the Wisdom of Trista was predictable too. Like I went in the mindset of just going like, okay, I just want to see a great disaster movie where you see people chase down tornadoes. So like to me, yeah, the story's predictable, but personally, it didn't really bother me. This movie just has a lot of charm, and I think this is a great summer blockbuster movie. You go into theaters, you have a fun time, and you just have really likable characters. You actually care about the lead characters in this movie. I think the tornado scenes look great. I thought the CGI looked great in this movie. Like I love the little fire. We get like a fire tornado at the end, which I thought was really cool. It had really great accent in the movie. And to me, it had, like I said, just some fun, charming parts to it too. Like the goofiness in the movie, it worked for me. Like I feel like this movie had that. To me, it had a great balance of being fun and goofy, while still having an emotional weight to it, with the story and Daisy Jones' character, where it opens with like her losing her friends, and you really feel that. Like you feel for a character in this movie, and like I said, I think they just have great chemistry. Those characters, and Glenn Powell's character, he's just great at playing like a cowboy. He's just a fun character. He has tons of charisma, like I said, and he's just become one of those actors I'm always excited to see in a film. He's just a very like I said, he's full of charisma when it comes to him as an actor, and I definitely bought him in this role, and I really loved his character too. So overall, I think this is a great movie. Personally, for me, like I would recommend go see this in theaters. Like this is a movie during the summer you go see at the theaters when when it comes to like, if you're looking for just a great blockbuster, you're just looking for a movie that I have a lot of fun with. And I definitely think this is one of those movies. Like, to me personally, this is a movie you see on a big screen. So that's my thoughts on Tristers. Love the movie. And like I said, I highly recommend go see this at theaters. Until next time, movie fans.